Hello and welcome to Optimize Profitability. I'm Lyle, and with me today is Kevin Micuch. He may pronounce it differently. I hope I got that right. He's an author and he's an all-around positivist. So if you don't know what a positivist is, listen in as he shares with us. So tell us your story.
Yeah, my name is Kevin Micuch. Almost had it right.
Almost got it.
Just kind of got my story started. Didn't really use my brain a lot early on, but as I grew older, the creativity started to flow, but never really had a desire to where to kind of go. So I've kind of done a lot of different things. I've done, I like board games and stuff. So I've created, some games, my own playing cards, which that kind of led me into like writing. So that's kind of where I am now. Written 4 books right now. Wow. Trying to get one on positivity out there right now. So see where that goes. Most of them are a lot of Christian. My latest one is on just faith and building up your faith, trying to take a stab in this world, try to, never give up. It's what grounds us. So hopefully that can maybe lead some people, down a path of, persistence, and it's what keeps us going, especially in this year, right? In years like it. So I have written a sci-fi Christian novel. Most people love it. Everyone that's read it has loved it. So cool. That's kind of good. Yeah. This past couple of years, I've kind of gotten into marketing, trying to market my books as well. Mm-hmm. Kind of put those on the back burner though, and trying to help others with their marketing. I know I have the knowledge, but I haven't really been able to implement it. So I'm just trying to see where that goes and just trying to help anyone I can, maybe get some leads or trying to keep the customers they have, because customers, that's what it's about. If you keep your customers, then you're happy. And that's pretty much what business is. My latest blog post, it actually is on that, keeping those relationships going. And if you are a people person, you'll be successful in this world. So
it's all about people. So what was that mindset that you had to go through when you first thought about the idea of writing a book and you just started writing? So what'd you have to shift there to make that happen?
Just kind of do it. Yeah. I had heard that if you have an idea, just, kind of go with it. I hadn't really thought about how to go about it. Usually a lot of people will tell me this or that, and I wasn't really kind of listening. So once I just got it down and just started doing it, it just kind of flowed through. And it was pretty crazy to think it was just coming out ideas. I just wrote it as I was coming to mind. So that's cool. It's kind of cool.
And you've written 4 books. So if somebody's thinking about writing a book, tell us what your process is. Do you have a specific time of day that you write? How does that work for you?
I have 2 small kids, so most of the time it's at night when I'm off of work. Don't really get a lot of sleep. So for me, I write whenever it comes to mind, even if I have to email myself or something just to get notes down. But yeah, mostly for me, it's at night when everything's quiet, and a lot of people can usually listen to music or something. I can't do that. It has to be real quiet when I'm writing, just so I can get out everything I want.
Right. And what do you mean you email yourself? Like you'll have an idea during the day and you email yourself to remind yourself?
Yeah, my phone email is one email, and so I'll just send it to my other email and just kind of email just thoughts that I've had throughout the day, whether I'm on break or something.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. And do you set yourself a goal? Like I'm going to write this many pages, or you just let it flow as much as you can and you just stop when you get done?
Yeah, that's what I do. I just kind of let it flow. I know a lot of people just try to set goals. I try to, but it doesn't really work. So I just kind of do it whenever I can, whenever I have time, just to see how much I can get done.
Okay. And do you have a process or anything to get your brain in that creative flow, or you just kind of sit down and start typing? I know sometimes looking at that blank screen is always scary for some people.
Yeah, it's gotten me a couple of times too, but it just kind of comes, whenever it comes and goes. Being a creative, it's whenever it comes. You can get inspiration through anywhere. Yeah, it's crazy how many times I've just kind of looked at something, not even noticing it, and I just get an idea from it. It's weird.
That's cool.
Usually from like dreams or something I've had too. So I've gotten some stories from there too.
Yeah, that's inspiration, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Awesome. And what are you doing right now that's helping you to win in life and in your business?
Just kind of keep going. Trying to stay positive, of course. Always looking for the brighter side and the positives and whatever's going on. I know a lot of people can't do that, so I try and help them see the positives in every situation, whether it is bad or good, or keeping more positivity. So this year has, for me, I work at a grocery store, so I was kind of one of those essential workers. So nothing really changed for me there, but I did release my latest book this year, so that was good. Just trying to help people, stay persistent, especially in this year. So I know a lot of people are down. You got to keep going. There's always a purpose in life, and you just got to find that and keep going with it.
Right. And what books or stuff have you read to help you stay positive?
Bible, of course. There's, of course, I don't know. I haven't really read too many. It's just kind of keeping that positive mindset. I've read a couple of, business books, but nothing too crazy. Most of them are kind of like the bad side. So I just try to keep the good side and just look for the positivities. If I can flip it, just make it positive. Sorry.
That's fine. And so tell us some positive tips. If I'm a person that I may not be that positivist, as you call it,
Right.
Tell us what a positivist is first, and then tell us what are some actions I can be taking in my life to help myself see the positive better.
A positivist is just someone who can look for the good in life and keep it positive. Look on the bright side of things. Any situation, there's going to be downs. Just you got to look for, even if it's just that one thing that can help you keep going. Keep it that positive and keep that drive going. My boss says, keep that fire. You got to keep that fire going. I just listened to actually a positivist today, or not a positive podcast. And he said that it's easier to make more fires with one fire than it is to just start building fires. So keeping that fire going and being able to, see the positives, and because there's always that one, even if it's just one, just focus on that and it keeps your drive going.
Cool. And talk about your faith a little bit, because you mentioned that the Bible helps keep you positive. How does your faith fit into that positive aspect? Because some people read the Bible and they find themselves distracted, honestly, by the world around them and everything. So how do you take that and fit that into your world?
To me, the Bible is just the most logical worldview to even have. There are a lot of negatives, and it does focus on those negatives, but there's also positives, and knowing that this world isn't all there is. So keeping that hope, and as Paul says, the hope is what saves us. So it's what keeps us looking forward to that better day, and knowing that there is that better day ahead. And even if it's still here, just knowing that tomorrow is a new day, you can always look for the positives and enhance those the next day, and always be better the next day than you were before, which is what, a lot of entrepreneurs are saying. Right. And the Bible just kind of lays that all out. And that's kind of what, my new book is about. I was noticing all these entrepreneurs were saying that, and then I would go back to the Bible and I would say, the Bible has said this to 2,000 years ago. So it's already been out there, and they're just kind of feeding off the Bible, whether they even read it or not. The Bible can withstand the test of time, I guess they say.
Yeah. I think it was Norman Vincent Peale in his book, The Power of Positive Thinking. He would start praying for people, and he would see the influence on them from just a simple prayer. Exactly. I just thought that was kind of a cool concept.
Yeah. Yeah. So always keeping that prayer life going. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's huge.
It's again, the inspiration comes at even the most unexpected times.
Exactly. And so you've written 4 books. One of them you said was a Christian science fiction. What are the other 3 books about?
One is a doctrine of Calvinism. That's I don't follow that. So it's just kind of refuting that. One is the sci-fi novel. One is the just kind of questions about Christianity people have, like top questions. People are kind of rejected, or why people reject it, and it's just me answering those. And then my last one is how to stay strong in the faith.
Okay. And what's one of those questions that somebody uses to throw out there to reject Christianity that you kind of said, I don't understand why they say that?
Why they come out. Probably the biggest one. Well, now I guess they would say, because the Bible condones slavery, would probably be one of them. Just because it mentions the word slavery doesn't mean it condones it, because it actually never condones it.
Because we take our Western idea of things and put it onto an Eastern book that was written 2,000 years ago. The things have changed.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones, is reading that Western mindset and back into that Middle Eastern, old Jewish traditions and stuff. So it's not really a good way to read it. It's
not. We're supposed to read out of it, not read into it. And that's where people get it backwards. The terminology is eisegesis or exegesis.
Right.
And so that's fun terminology. Yeah, we can get biblical real quick, but I won't go there.
Right.
So I'm kind of curious, and I didn't ask you this before, so I want to just get into it. You have a book it's a Christian science fiction novel. I've literally never heard of that concept. It's probably all over the place, and I just don't have it. My wife's a reader more than I am. So tell us what's the summary of that story, and then what goal or what do you want somebody to get out of by reading that book?
Most people, or most, I guess, Christian genres, because like you, I had never heard of it. When I looked it up, there was only like 5 books that came up. And it just came about during a discussion with me and one of my friends. We were talking about aliens and things, and I didn't really go that route. I kind of took it a different way. But yeah, most Christian novels kind of go to, a foreign country or something and, preach the gospel. It just takes it to another planet. I've just kind of created a new world on the planet series. It's just outside the asteroid belt. Yes, it is a real planet. And I just kind of took it from the perspective of the unbeliever. So I kind of flipped it.
So it's a missionary story set in space.
Yes.
Awesome. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And you said you're working on another book right now. Are you working on a positive book, you said?
That one is a little, it's done. The first draft's done. So it's just kind of editing it now. Just kind of a mini ebook, trying to help people look at the more positive things.
And what are some tips from that book you could share with us?
One of them probably would, again, just be a people person. I know a lot of people aren't. I saw something recently, one of those bumper stickers or T-shirts or something saying I used to be a people person, but people ruined it for me. It's not really my mindset. Right. And people, having that support system really helps you just get through life. God knew that. He doesn't expect us to go through life alone. And that's where a lot of your, negative mindset comes in when you're alone. There's him. He's given us a kingdom. The people around us, just having that support system to really get through the hard times. One quote, I don't know if it's a quote, but one that's always resonated with me was a wise man learns from his mistakes, but an even wiser man learns from others' mistakes. You can't have those other mistakes if you don't really know people. Right. So it's just building those relationships and keeping that network going. Again, not only will survive you in business, but just survive you in life, really. Just keeping those, building those relationships and the trust with everyone that you meet.
Especially in today's digital world, like everybody's locked down, so they have to make these connections. That's why the reason we started this podcast is get people's faces in front of other people and to hear those stories and everything.
Exactly. And I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. I appreciate you being here. So tell us one tip you want somebody to know. If somebody only heard one thing in this entire message so far, what's one thing you'd want to leave with?
Just be persistent, never give up. When you have that support system around you, they'll let you know. Cause a lot of people they get down and they try and focus on those negatives. But if you can just focus again on that one positive that keeps you going, just always be persistent, never give up, because there is a better day ahead.
Right. Great. Thanks, Kevin, for being on here. What's a good way for people to reach out to you and contact you? You have a website?
I do. It's on Wix, so it's one of those long ones. So just Instagram probably would be the best way.
Okay. What's your Instagram channel?
At KP Micuch.
Okay, great. And we'll put that on our blog post if you need that. How to spell it? Do you want to spell it out so those people who are listening can jot it down?
Yeah, that's at KPMICUCH.
Great. All right. Thanks for being on today. I appreciate you.